I'm scared, absolutely scared, because they asking me back, and I'm blown away. Maybe I don't know how I can answer the question, and I start to say, I'm so sorry, my English is not really good. I don't really understand that. What the hell is gang? That's really silly, dude. Absolutely silly. And I don't know, this is really good or not, but yeah, I keep doing it, even though I don't really understand what they are talking about. I just nod it, like this, yeah. And then when they speak, I just this, yeah. Even though they don't really understand, I understand what they are talking about or not, but they are really welcome. That's why I really like to speak to the tourists, because they are never judge your English. I guarantee that they never judge your English, because we all learn about their language. I try. Okay, it's been a long time I'm not uploading my videos on my YouTube channel. I'm so sorry about that, my viewers, even though I don't have a viewers. That's not a big deal. It's not really important for myself. Okay, maybe before going through to the video, I just want to tell you a little bit why I'm not uploading my videos on my YouTube channel. Because I have to finish my thesis. Yeah, I have to finish my thesis. This is really important for me. To be honest, since the last time I uploaded my video on my YouTube channel on August about salary in Russia, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I want to continue doing that video. That's pretty good. Especially I want to like meet tourists and try to improve my English, speak English, and try to asking them the same question or different question. But unfortunately, my father said you have to finish your thesis. After that, you can't make as much as video you can do. What? In English? No, of course in Bahasa Indonesia, dude. If my father can't speak English, I don't need to make this video. Okay, so cut the crap. Okay, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, before you continue watching this video, please click like, comment, and subscribe this video. And thank you so much for my viewers watching this video, especially watching my previous video too, because I really like it. I got 500 views. Yeah, 500 views for 3 videos exactly. Okay, maybe in this video I want to tell you a little bit why I have to making any videos, especially in this channel, in English. Okay, this is pretty important for myself. By the way, a couple years ago, before I tell you a little bit about why I have to make this every video on this channel in English, I want to tell you a little bit. I'm not like English. I hate English. English sucks. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad words. I know that. But you know, English is really hard for us, especially we all learn English since junior high school, if I'm not mistaken, but really textbook, to be honest. It's not really easy, especially to speak each other, especially to the people in English. And mostly my friend cannot speak English really good too, included me, even though, yeah, we are learning English for a long time. Yeah, we just learn about past tense, grammar, and textbook. That's pretty sucks, dude. We are not learn about how to speak English really good or something like that. That's why mostly Indonesian can speak English. Maybe for the next video I want to make or whatever, I don't really care about grammar. Why I have to mostly Indonesian can speak English. Yeah, why mostly Indonesian can speak English. Yeah, exactly. So I tell you because yeah, that's pretty hard. I hate English. Too much rules, too much grammar. It's not like Indonesian. When you are learned Indonesian, that's more easier, I guess, easier than you learn English, because we don't have past tense, like, you know, future, continuous or something like that. You just need to say, and you just need to memorize the vocabularies. It's not really hard, I guess. It's pretty easy for everybody if you want to learn English. No, Indonesian, I mean. So I can't speak English when I was at, yeah, you know, senior high school, and I realized English is very important when I was at the college. Yeah, at the college, because you know I'm studied at, yeah, economics development. That's pretty good. You absolutely pretty good major. I mean, pretty good major for me, and I thought, yeah, this is really good. But unfortunately, to be honest, I'm not really expert about math. And then, yeah, it's pretty hard for me to do that, especially I can understand about that. So I realized I have to make different, especially I don't really care about like the process to finish the college or university, but I have to thinking after I graduated from this university, what should I do? I'm really curious about that, to be honest. I don't want to be unemployment. As I mentioned at the beginning, no, I don't want to be unemployment. Because that's pretty bad, right? No job, no skill, just graduated from bachelor, and after that you are be unemployment. It's not really good at all. So I think I start to learn English and try to memorize the vocabularies. So when we have a lot of like math study, especially in my major, statistic, inferential, differential, econometrics, and many things, especially related about math. I'm not really expert about that. So when the lecturer come into the class, I'm sitting on the back and try to open the books, especially English book. Even I don't really know really know about the meanings, especially. So I don't understand at all. So how I can understand that? Just write down on the paper, especially piece of paper, and try to memorize it and write it down on the paper, the vocabularies I don't really know about the meanings, and keep doing it over and over again. Even the lecturer not look at me, but that's quite hard because I'm really tall, especially in Indonesia. So sometimes the lecturer like admonish me or something like that. Why you have to do that? You have to pay attention to me. What? Yeah, exactly. That's disrespectful. It's not really good at all. I hope you're not imitate what I'm doing. Exactly. So I learned English over and over again, memorize the vocabularies, and then I learn by myself. I never tell my friend I learned English because I thought, that's not really important, I guess. I just want to learn English and memorize the vocabularies over and over again. Always doing that things over and over again. And when I was at semester 5, tried to, encourage myself to speak to the tourists. To be honest, I'm not really expert about this. And I just want to be encouraged and more enthusiastic to learn English because I thought, there's something, fun, I guess, something fun to do. So, I tried to speak to them, especially I met them at the, floating generator ship, as known as, especially in Bahasa Indonesia, kapal PLTD Apung. And that's a pretty good place to looking for the tourists. I thought so in Banda Aceh. And I tried to speak with them and address them. I tell them I'm a student and I try to speak my English. And confusing, absolutely confusing. I don't know how I can start to making conversation with them, and they're really welcome, especially okay, no problem. And I just asking a simple question. This is really hard for me, especially I can speak English quite better if I just alone and nobody else around of me. But when I try to speak to the people, speak English much better than me, that's make me nervous, absolutely nervous. That's pretty hard for me to speak out and what the hell's going on here? What the hell with me? Why I can't speak English like when I'm speaking at home? It's pretty bad, right? Exactly. That's will happen to you, especially if you try to speak English to the people. Can speak English much better than you. Much better than you. And then I try to speak with them asking a simple question. What's your name? And then where do you live in Aceh? And then why you have to came here? Do you like Aceh? And after the question was done, so I'm scared, absolutely scared, because they asking me back, and I'm blown away. Maybe I don't know how I can answer the question, and I start to say, I'm so sorry, my English is not really good. I don't really understand that. What the hell is going? That's really silly, dude. Absolutely silly. And I don't know this is really good or not, but I keep doing it. Even though I don't really understand what they are talking about, I just nodded. And then when they speak, I just Even though they don't really understand, understand what they are talking about or not, but they are really welcome. That's why I really like to speak to the tourists, because they are never judge your English. I guarantee that they never judge your English because we are learn about their language. I try to understand what they are talking about, and they try to understand me, even though my English is really poor. They don't understand maybe what I'm saying at all. But they say you can speak English much better than Indonesian. Wow, that's pretty much, I guess, for myself. I don't deserve it, to be honest. And they are really welcome, and they asking me a couple of questions, but a simple question, because maybe they realize because I can't speak English really good, so they're not trying to speak, or maybe asking some like hard question, and then that's pretty complicated maybe for me to answer the question, and that's pretty good, I guess. I really like it, especially when I try to speak with them. And yeah, they are from Germany, by the way, and I keep do that over and over again, especially. But this, because to looking for the tourists, especially speak to the tourists, I can't do that every day, because I have to go into the college, and then this takes a long time, especially to looking for the tourists. Sometimes the tourists deny to speak with me. Why? Because mostly, the tourists always thinking you wanna sell me something. When like local people came to the tourists and try to asking, or maybe try to start to talk, they are mostly thinking you wanna take my money, you wanna like sell me something, accessories, or maybe, or whatever. They're always thinking like that. That's quite a negative thing. I don't know why. This is not totally true. If like tourists are looking or maybe watching this video, not all of the people, especially in Indonesia, do the same thing like that. Okay, I hope you wanna like speak with me again. Yeah, exactly. So I'm so sorry about that. And then I have to like doing another job, especially because I have to go into the college and university. And that's pretty tough. And I start to speak, because I need to speak English more. I don't need I'm not learning about grammar, to be honest, because that's need a teacher, I guess. I need a teacher to teach me about that, because that's quite hard for me to learn about that by myself. So I start to improve my English to speak by myself when I'm driving a motorcycle. That's pretty silly, absolutely silly. A lot of people looking at me when I try to speak English by myself when I'm driving a motorcycle. What the hell is going on here? A lot of people like, what you doing? What you doing? And always like that. I don't know why. This is pretty good or pretty bad. I guess for me this is pretty good. I don't really care. Don't give a shit about what the people thinking about. I'm not trying to bothering you, annoying you or something like that. I'm not trying to do that. I just want to improve my English, because mostly in Indonesian, when you try to speak English to the people, they don't want to speak with you, especially. That's quite hard to looking for a friend have a same vision like you. You want to speak English, we can speak together or something like that, because without practicing, that's pretty absolutely impossible for you to speak English. Absolutely, I really guarantee that things. And I realized that's really hard for me, so I try to drive a motorcycle and try to speak English when I'm driving a motorcycle. And the topic was something random, mostly about university, because I don't know why, this is like daydreaming maybe for me, especially because I thought I want to study overseas, and this is not really easy, especially because you have to compete a lot of people, and then my TOEFL was not really good. But okay, this is just daydreaming. I just tried to thinking about that and put on my head I have to study overseas, even though I can't speak English really good. This just make me more enthusiastic, more like enthusiastic to learn English. I really like to do this. Absolutely really like to do this. And I keep doing it over and over again. And then I thought this really good, I guess, for myself. And then when I was at semester 7, I keep doing it, memorize the vocabularies. But sometimes I stop to learn English because I'm really bored, and then I stop to learn English for 2 months or 3 months. You know what happened after that? I lost my vocabulary. Yeah, exactly, I lost my vocabulary, because you're rarely to use that vocabulary. And I tell you, this is the limitation. This is the limit. Like when you learn English by yourself, and then you are not trying to expand your English, like speak to the people, like speak to the native speaker, you always use the same word, the same vocabulary. So I don't really recommend you, if you want to improve your English and get really good improvement, you need somebody to speak each other. Then try to asking a different question. But when you try to speak by yourself, especially, you cannot get really good, significant improvement if you just improve your English by yourself. I'm really sure about this, because I've been learning English not maybe a year, I guess, more than a year, and then the result is like this. Maybe a lot of people thinking, wow, you spent a lot of time, but the result not like your expectation, right? Exactly, I know that. What the hell is going on that things? I know that it's pretty bad, especially about the result, but I don't give a shit again. I don't care about that, because English is really tough for me. I'm not like genius person or really smart person can like rule or master something just for a month or maybe 2 months or 3 months. I don't want to try compare myself to anybody, because this is my message. Don't compare yourself to anybody. Maybe somebody can speak English really good, just spend 2 or 3 months, and then you've been learned 1 year and then you cannot speak English like him or like her. Okay, that's not a big deal. Okay, you cannot compare yourself to somebody around of you, because our like capability to catch something is different. So don't do that. Especially, that's not really good for yourself. If you're always thinking like that and then you stop learning, that was your mistakes. So I don't really recommend you to do that, to be honest. So before I graduated from my bachelor, especially, I tried to make the videos, especially to try to do something different, because it's the first time, maybe, especially about 5 ways how to improve my English by yourself. I guess at home. I tried to speak English in front of the camera, and that's quite hard, man. Absolutely hard. I don't know if this is really good or not. Do you understand what I'm saying or not? That's quite different, absolutely different. When I try to speak to the people, when I try to speak to in front of the camera, especially in front of the mirror, I was doing that. But the result is really good, just based on my opinion. But when I try to speak to the camera, I feel not confident. Like somebody may be looking at me, even though nobody else around me. Yeah, exactly. That's quite hard. I know that, but I keep doing it. It doesn't really matter like how many people watching this video. It's not really important for me, because I just want to improve my English over and over again, because it's not really easy to do it. Absolutely not easy to do it. And till right now, maybe almost 2 years, maybe more than 2 years, I've been learned English, and the result is like this, just for my speaking. Maybe you can comment below, by the way, if you like say you spend a lot of time but your result just like this. Maybe you can give me a grade about maybe 1, 2, or 3, or maybe 7 for my grade, about the result of the process I learned English. And I made this channel to just for improve my English, because sometimes I getting bored to speak English by myself over and over again, speak in front of the mirror by myself. I look like a crazy man, insane man, or whatever. What the hell is going on here? What the hell with me? I feel like I'm crazy, speak by myself again and again. But I don't have another choice. I live in unsupported environment. Nobody's like want to speak with you, because they can speak English but they don't want to speak English. I don't know why. Even though you cannot speak English really good and you try to speak English. And maybe in Indonesia the bad thing was bullying, to be honest. When you try to speak English and you made a lot of mistakes when you spoke in English, they laugh to you. To be honest, I don't really like it, to be honest. That's not really good at all. This is the process how to make it something to become true. You know what I'm saying? I guess you have to respect to somebody, even though they always like made a lot of mistakes. When you can speak English really good, and the people will say you want to show off or something. What the hell is going on in Indonesia? I guess that's why mostly Indonesian can't speak English really good. I guess you have to respect. Okay, respect. Even they can't speak English really good, you have to teach him or her maybe how to speak correctly or something like that. Don't judge, don't bullying or something like that. Do you think that's funny? It's not funny, dude. That's not funny. If you replace her or him position and somebody bullying at you, what do you feel? What do you feel? I guess you feel you'll be like broken, and maybe because you judge me, I don't want to learn English anymore. If that was happened to somebody, you want to get responsible about that? I don't think so, dude. I don't think so. To be honest, a couple of years ago, I got a lot of bullying because I studied at a really bad school, at senior high school. A lot of people bullying at me, and they say I don't deserve to study at the public university. Do you believe that, dude? That's pretty bad, right? Exactly, that's pretty bad. So I don't really care, don't give a shit about person like that. I just want to care about myself right now. I don't really care about a friend like that too. So I tried to make this video because I just want to improve my English. Maybe I made a lot of mistakes, especially about grammar, because I don't really know about grammar, especially much about grammar, because in English so much grammar I have to memorize in my mind. And you know, when I try to speak to the people, especially a native speaker or tourist, that's quite hard if I have to like automatically to speak English really good. If I have to thinking about grammar in my mind, I have to stop, and then that's quite bored, I guess. I have to like automatically to speak English as soon as I can speak. It's make like speaking really good, especially even though they don't really understand what I'm saying, but they try to understand you. Believe me, man, they never judge you, even though your English is really bad, absolutely bad. They never judge you. I believe that things. So yeah, for you outside there or whatever in Indonesia maybe, or in the country, not speaking English every day, I guess you just need to speak. You just need to practice over and over again. Yeah. Absolutely, this is pretty good for yourself, and yeah, this is absolutely good, and I really like it to do this. Just love the process. It doesn't really matter about the result you got, because I'm not like regret to learn English, even though the result not like my expectation. Even I can't get really good score for my total test. It's not a big deal. This is my I capable to get this. I guess maybe this is really disappointed, especially because I've been learning English more than a year, and the result is not like my expectation. Maybe the people say, yeah, that's pretty much, I guess, especially you spend a lot of time, but you got nothing. Especially if I'm not learning English, what I got? Nothing too, dude, nothing too, I guess. Yeah, I just want to respect myself and try to doing that things over and over because I really like to doing this, okay? So this is my journey, maybe. A journey, and why I have to speak English in every videos I made in my YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel, because I just want to improve my English. I just want to speak English as much as I can do, because you know that's pretty hard to looking for a friend and speak English, especially in my environment. Too much bullying, too much judging or something like that. A bad things about somebody, like try to get improvement about something. Yeah, it's not really good at all, to be honest. That's not really good at all. I don't recommend you to doing that, especially if somebody like try to speak English and you can speak English a little bit good. Maybe you can try to speak with her or him. Just doing that. If they made a lot of mistakes or something like that, you just need to teach them how to speak English correctly. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty good for yourself. Absolutely good for yourself. Because when you try to teach somebody, that's not like decrease your ability, but increase your ability. You will be like memorize about that things more tough than before. You know what I'm saying? If you don't really understand what I'm saying, so sorry about that, okay? So right now I just need to, you know, waiting for the graduation. I almost graduate from my bachelor, and yeah, this one I'm like not curious, I guess, like anxiety about what I'm doing after I'm graduating. Yeah, exactly. So this is the reason why I have to make any videos in English on my YouTube channel. Yeah. Okay, this is the end of the video. I just want to say sorry. Maybe this is really complicated for you to understand what I'm saying, because my English is not really good. I know that's really complicated maybe for you to understand what I'm saying. You know, this is really hard for me and complicated because I speak out 22 minutes without transcript, without preparation. It's really, really tough for me. So, by the way, if you really like this video, click like, comment and subscribe this video. And if you really like this video, just share this video to your friend, and don't forget to subscribe this video. And I'm so sorry if you don't really understand what I'm saying, and see you goodbye for the next lesson and video, and oh man, bye for now.